What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie coming to you live again from Japan. Been away for a couple weeks now. As you guys know, Japan has been getting smacked with a lot of snow recently, so it's kind of changed up the game a little bit, and also my work schedule was pretty busy. Went up to MSP to take care of some of my cars again. MSP was pretty snowed in, as you can see, doing a walk around here. Big mountains of snow, so I had to remove a lot of that to get to my cars and get some tires changed and things like that. Even though the snow is here, we still push forward and try to get those drifts in. I never really did a walk around MSP before inside the shop, so here it is, MSP. MSP also does karting and different events other than drifting, motorcycles and things like that. So the staff here at MSP are always working on cars, carts and things like that to get it ready.
My
name is Masanori Kohashi.
Kohashi.何歳ですか?
21.
21.
Yes.
And Masanori drives Team Orange.
Yes.
Favorite drift or kuruma?
One Via.
One Via?
Nissan One Via.
One Via. You hear that, States? One Via 240SX.
そうなの?
Sylvia.
240?
One Via. Front. Alright, next.
嫌だよ.
超 famous. 超 famous drifter.
嫌だよ.
Oh!
うわ.
すごい. Question. 名前.
やめよ. Kenji Sukegawa. Kenji Sukegawa.
Kenji-san. Kenji, just like initial D. Kenji. 何歳ですか? 何歳ですか? おじさん. おじさん.
俺何歳? 25?
Go.
いいよ、やめよ.
Young.
Young.
age を28, Kenji 28. 34. So, favorite drift or kuruma?
No car.
No car.
Odyssey.
Favorite type?
JDM L250 ミラー。L250.
L250?
Japanese K car.
K car. Drift or kuruma. And your drift style. Favorite drift style? 速いと超 angle. Funny?
Oh, yes.
Funny drift style.
Yes.
No line. Drift or no drift line, just sideways.
Yeah.
Masanori. Drift style.
Drift style? Twin. Yes.
Suiso.
Yes, Japanese Suiso.
Arigato.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys, for those who sent questions in here on my Facebook and on Instagram. I'll go ahead and answer some of those questions. For the guys that don't get to, I'll make sure I'll get to your questions in a future video. So I didn't forget you guys. Thanks again for the questions. I'll go ahead and start it off with a question I get a lot from a lot of people when I talk to them on Facebook is, what do I do for a living now that I'm not in the military? I wish I could say drifting was my living, but it's not. It fills up the bulk of my life. What I actually do for a daily living here in Japan is I work with fighter jets, F-16 fighter jets. I'm not a mechanic, so I don't want to get anybody out there, thinking I'm posing as a mechanic. Not a jet mechanic. I work basically on the GPS systems of F-16, and it's pretty much really can't go into too much detail of what I do, but pretty much that's what I do on a daily basis. Work with and around fighter jets all day, so it's pretty cool. I was in the Air Force for 6 years. So I was around aircraft all the time, so it's not really a amazing thing every day. It's pretty loud, but it's a pretty cool job, and it pays the bills and allows me to drift and things like that. Colin Kelton from Okinawa asked, if money and parts was not an issue, would you choose a different chassis rather than an S13? I wouldn't choose a different chassis other than S13 because I just feel comfortable in S13. I've drifted many different chassis. As many of you know, when I first got here to Japan back in 2008, for the first 4 years or so, I had my R33. I didn't like R33s, always wanted R32, and I just picked that. It was the first thing that I could afford, and I was around, so I bought that and actually kind of grew into the R33. But I eventually did go back to S13s. As far as the money thing, everybody who does, competitive drifting spends money. In the last two years, I probably spent about 95 grand, and it sounds like a lot, but actually it's not. I mean, a lot of guys are spending, that in one season, $100,000 in one season. Then you look at NASCAR, IndyCar, and stuff like that, and their budget. So it's not really a lot of money when you look at it. It's just all my cash goes to drifting and nothing else really. To answer that question, no. If I had a lot of money, I just had, I've had a really nice S13. Mike Huncho from Doe Gully, West Virginia, asked me, if you were to run 5 years of your drifting program, would you change anything? Honestly, Mike, I wouldn't change anything. I've been known as a person to kind of think and calculate the things that I do. So everything that I've done, from 5 years ago to now, has been, all purposeful and meaningful. So I wouldn't rewind anything. It's all a process, and I felt I've grown throughout my drift career, learned some things while I've been here in Japan, and implemented those into my program. So I wouldn't necessarily change anything about my my last 5 years drifting. We'll hope to kind of make the same mistakes that I made, in the past. So I wouldn't change anything at all about my last 5 years drifting. CJ from Baltimore asks, of all the cars that you've owned, what has been your favorite? I have next to me sitting right here, 600 horsepower RB26, and then I got our R31 and R32 sitting in front of me right here. The most favorite car I would say has been my S13, my very first S13, and the reason I say that is I had that car for about maybe 5 or 6 years, and that car was where I really learned all of my drift mechanical ability. I started on Hondas, but I got out of that about 4 years in. So the S13 in the States, that was the one I sunk a lot of cash into, blowing engines and blowing turbos and things like that. But that actually is the car that taught me a lot of all of the stuff I know now and can implement over in Japan. So believe it or not, my K80 S13 is my all-time favorite car that I've owned. Jay from Sasebo, Japan asked, when you compete in drift events in Japan, do you feel you're at a disadvantage? At first, I kind of felt that way, that I was at a disadvantage being a foreigner. But then, once I got to know Andy, Christian Pickering, those guys, they're foreigners and they do relatively well over here in Japan. And the reason they do well is because they have top-notch drift skills. They've been drifting for a long time, and competition drifting and regular drifting are two different things. And competition drifting itself is a skill in itself, one that I'm still learning. And you can't be able to. You have to be able to drift, 5 out of 5 times and hit that point and do what the judges want you to do. And if you can't do that, you're not going to win. So at first I kind of was, I kind of was feeling that I was not getting a fair shake. But at the same time, I looked back at my footage and I didn't have perfect runs. So that quickly kicked out that thought. And basically, like, if I want to win here in Japan, being an outsider, I have to be razor sharp and no mistakes and things like that. So I don't feel that I'm at a disadvantage. I just think I have to make sure that I'm doing exactly what the judges want, and make sure that I'm razor sharp at all times to better my chances. Just like to say thanks again for all those who viewed, and as you guys know, I've been kind of giving out prizes with each video that I put up. This week I'll be giving out it's called a Kori Isha mark. This is pretty much the mark that symbolizes that you're a driver of 70 years older in Japan here. And once you get that to the age, you have to put that mark in your car so people know that you're older. Before, you guys will see, they had the older orange and yellow leaf, and that was seen as a, some people call it a dried leaf or a falling leaf, and that was seen as kind of derogatory towards older people in Japan. So they came up with this mark right here. I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen the JDM Tight or JDM Cool mark, which is the Shoshinsha or the Wakaba mark, which pretty much, it's a yellow and green leaf, and you'll see it on all of the cars. Pretty much what that mark means here in Japan is you're a new driver of less than 1 year of experience, and you have to display that on your car to warn people around you that you might signal or get over fast and things like that. So it's not really a cool thing to have. But you can take the the Koreisha mark and use it how you wanted to use it, and you can say you're an elderly driver or a person with experience and things like that. So just like before, sharing the video, comment on the video, that will get your name entered in for the chance to actually win one of these marks. So once again, everybody, thanks again for tuning in, and I'll try to make it a weekly thing with scheduling and things like that. So thanks again for tuning in, and see you guys later.